him and goddesses. Do not worry, we will not go too deep into that topic because you all have your own cultural backgrounds and religions, but I think it's very important that you know a few basics, specifically if your students are asking you, that you can give simply a short answer according to the yoga and a few of the most important gods, and that you don't need to say to them, have a look and Google it. So it's a main knowledge which will help you to give some reasonable answers if students are asking you. So we have, of course, in that Hindu trinity, the three main gods, which we call Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the protector, and Shiva is the destructor. So what we from the Christian religion know as God, he has the force to do all that three things at once. In the Hindu religion, you have that trinity, and each god is responsible for a specific thing. And that's why we have here that trinity of creation, preservation, and destruction. Now, Shiva is also the lord of the yogis, and I have explained already before a little the story with Parvati and Shiva, like she wanted to get the knowledge that we, the children, can find a way out of suffering according to the tantras. So Shiva, the lord of the yogis, gave that knowledge to Parvati, and this is actually what we understand as the White Tantra, a way out of suffering mentally as physically while we are alive. And without Shiva, we would not have that knowledge, and we would not practice yoga, and we would not have a way to find in our spiritual journey, with that help of the tools, moksha or liberation of that suffering. And maybe you have all seen that elephant head, which we call Ganesha. And he's the eldest son of Shiva and Parvati, and he's the god of plenty of wisdom, good fortune, peace, spiritual success, and actually he takes all the obstacles out of our spiritual journey. He helps us that we are not getting lost running behind our desires, and because he says very clear, if we run behind our desires, we get lost on the way. And this is actually his path or his knowledge to share with us, that we root ourselves in harmony, that we found our peace, that we make the way free for anything we undertake, and that we are positive with everything we want to reach, even if it's sometimes stony. But he takes definitely that obstacles away from the way. Then we have Subramanya. He is the younger brother of Ganesha. He's also called Kartikeyan or Skanda, and he's the commander-in-chief of the army of the gods, bringing protection, and he has that matchless weapon, which is called a Shaktivel, and that's a lance which glows as fire, and he stands definitely for protection. Parvati, Shiva's wife in her first reincarnation, he's the mother of Ganesha. She is the mother of Ganesha and Subramanya. Very, very pretty, very beautiful. She is the mother, stands for motherhood, for holding everything together, protecting her children. And in her second form, as Durga, she has already 10 hands, and 5 of that hands are filled up with weapons. And she is the mother of the universe. And to protect us, she takes that weapons, she kills the demons to make the way free for us, and to receive here also her protection, and that we can follow our spiritual journey without any handicaps or without our own enemy, which is very often our ego. Then we have mentioned already Shiva. He's the destructor, but also the lord of the yogis. When he is doing his cosmic dance, then we speak about the yoga asanas. And thanks to him, especially maybe you know that asana, which is called Nataraj Asana, that's the dancing Shiva. And when he brings that left leg on the ground, that stands for the destruction. But the destruction is not literally. It means that we are able to destruct our negativity, that we can start something positive and something new. And that is what we understand as the asanas and his cosmic dance. Then we have Brahma. He's the creator. And in order to bring forth life on earth, he created Saraswati, which is actually, as he created her, his daughter, but he fell in love with her and wanted to marry her. And Saraswati is always coming in white clothes. She is the goddess of fine arts, music, and she is the mother of knowledge, and Brahma is the creator, and he is always just creating when Vishnu, the protector, gives him the order to create. And Vishnu, we said already, he is for many, many Hindus the main god, the main deity. He has 10 reincarnations, where even the Hindus believe that Jesus is one of that reincarnations. Then, of course, Krishna, Buddha, and then there are 10 of these reincarnations, and he sent himself always as a reincarnation on planet Earth to protect us when the destruction happens, and then he sends Brahma on planet Earth, and then Brahma creates, and then again Vishnu protects us. And that was now 9 times already where he used his own reincarnations to start something new. But now the last one to come is called Kalki. And he comes at the end of Kali Yuga, again after the destruction of each circle. Then Vishnu will reincarnate himself as Kalki, and then we start again in a Sat Yuga, in the golden age, where we live in peace and harmony together before the ethics go down again, and then we would start a new circle. So that's Vishnu. Lakshmi is his wife. She is sitting mostly on a lotus, holding lotuses in her hands. She's the goddess for wealth, fortune, power, and beauty. And she is described as very, very beautiful and the best model wife of constancy and wifely devotion to her husband, Vishnu. And then let us speak also a little about Radha and Krishna. Krishna, he is the one who gave us the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, which is actually called the Celestial Song when we translate it. And remember, this is that book what each yogi should have. It's the Bible of the yogis, where we find all that answers for doubts in our lives. How should we act? Should we follow? How to follow our dharma? What is expected from us? And his big love is called Radha. And Radha is so high as a female that she is actually called a goddess. And Krishna sets always first Radha, even before himself. And that's why it's also always speaking about Radha and Krishna, and not Krishna and Radha. It's always the opposite way. And she was such a perfect being in devotion that she became a god status and is one of the most famous goddesses in India. Krishna is so important that he is even called Purnavatara. That means he has more values as Vishnu himself, and actually he's just a reincarnation of Vishnu. But he is the perfection in reincarnated, and that's why Purnavatara. And he is the god of love and justice, and without justice, nothing on that planet Earth would work. And remember, he is the one who gave us the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita.